Hey, assistant coach, how are you guys doing? It's me, Johnny Sports, and welcome back to a Sprint to Glory. You guys have been waiting for another one of these, and now here it is, Sprint to Glory Italy. Yes, we are going over to the Serie A and also to the Serie B because we are starting over there, and the team that we are using is Hellas Verona. As always, the rules are on your screen right now, assistant coaches. It would be amazing if you guys could smash over 2,000 likes for this, because obviously lately YouTube has been broken. Everyone knows about it. I really don't want to talk about it. Hopefully it gets fixed soon. There's talks that after January everything will be fine, so I'm looking forward to New Year and hoping that everything will be fixed. But the team that we are using is Hellas Verona. They have 7.5 million in the budget, and yes, I know this is one of the stronger sides in the Serie B, a team that should have been in the Serie A normally with a 3.5-star rating, but I really loved their kits and somehow I really wanted to pick them, and I thought if I get like a stronger team that would probably take me to the Champions League title a bit faster, or at least I would make sure that I do get to that Champions League title while I'm doing this Sprint to Glory. So we start off with Hellas Verona in the Serie B, and this is a team that is probably the best one I've used so far. I gotta say, the starting 11 is really good. The goalkeeping position though definitely needs an upgrade. A lot of old players, that is one thing that I need to point out. Very old players in this team. The average age is probably around 28, something like that. And now we are bringing back players from loan, Viviani, and then we have Helander coming back, and Vjolek, or however you pronounce his name. Viviani is coming in. He's a 75 rated centre midfielder who's also on top of that quite young, so I was looking forward to bring him into the team, and he had a couple of traits alongside, sadly, the injury prone trait, but he would be coming into the team quite handy. The same goes for this guy, Vjolek, obviously from Poland, because that kind of names, man, they are always from Poland. Helander coming in, 23 years old, a good centre back, 74 rated at the start of this career mode. So I was looking to bring in new players to replace the old players that we had in my team. Petagna is the first one that I'm going for. 5 million spent on this guy. We had 7 million at the start of this season. This is still season 1, and Petagna is coming in at 73, so he was still overrated than the striker that we had, but I knew that I could straight away put him into the team as soon as I sold Pazzini, who is 76 rated at this point. Now, for the goalkeeping position, I thought since our goalkeeper is 67 rated, why not bring in someone who is around the 60 rating, and Confente is the guy that is joining in because I thought he would grow quite fast. His reflexes were his best stat, 18 years old, 6'4" tall. I mean, he looked great right there. So in the future, obviously, we want to go for the big ones like Donnarumma, like Perin. So we'll see what happens right there. 75 rated Pazzini. Yes, he went down a little bit. He is now sold for 3.2 million. And now we are bringing in the first player that will probably remain in the starting lineup until the end of this Sprint to Glory. Mattiello, left back, 21 years old, 3.8 million spent on him. And these were the best 3.8 million I've spent in this career mode. Definitely, he will take over that left-hand side and he will not give it away. He can, on top of that, also play on the right-hand side. Definitely one of my biggest recommendations for you assistant coaches. If you want to get yourself a player that is starting off around the 70 rating and he can go up to a really high stat, get yourself that guy for the left-hand side or the right-hand side. And talking about a fullback that can play on both sides, it is Mattia De Sciglio and also another player joining in on a pre-contract. I believe the other one was Saponara. And you can see in the first season, even though we were definitely the best team in the league, we still only came in the 6th position. That was quite upsetting. I really didn't expect that, but it was also good because I could still continue growing my players until I get back into the Serie A. My rating though went down to 56, and that was quite worrying. So here we are now at the start of season number 2, and as you can see, a couple of players definitely grew. Mattiello went up to 75, Helander to 75, Viviani went up by +1, and apart from that, we have Confente on the reserves, I believe, who went up to 64. We should be seeing that in a second, and obviously, that just wasn't good enough. Our starting 11 was decent, but it is now getting better. Saponara joined on a pre-contract. 82 rated at the start of the second season, and this is not only a player that I would recommend for like an Italian team career mode. You can definitely get that guy in like any career mode after the first season. That is the one that you should get in a pre-contract deal, because he's going up to the 82 rating. You will save a lot of money and you will have a player that you can sell on for more in the future. Talking about money, we are spending 8 million on Politano, who is 76 rated. Yes, you might say I offered a bit too much money, but I believe 8 million was just about alright for this player. 23 years old, 5'7" tall, and he could play on either side of the wings. So far we got a lot of players in who could play on both sides, and Helander now is leaving our team. I got an 8 million offer. I believe he can only go up to like 79. That's the reason why I decided to sell him on, to be able to buy better players like Caldara, who is below the rating that Helander had when he left our team, but obviously he can go up to a higher rating. 23 years old, 6'2" tall. Good to see him join our team, and the same goes for Diego Laxalt. He would join us in the upcoming season. 24 years old by now. A really nice haircut on this guy, and that's the main reason why I really wanted to see him in my squad. Hellas Verona now on 87 points. We are going up into the Serie A as the second place team. Sadly, we couldn't go up in the first position, but Carpi came in on 92 points, which is just great for them. Let's take a look at the lineup right here. Valozzi, who was in the team already, is now on that left-hand side. Petagna went up to a 78 rating. I believe he joined us on a 73, so it's good to see him go up. Saponara 83, Viviani 77, and then you have De Sciglio on 80 and Mattiello on 78 by now. So a lot of players improving. We are looking forward now into the next season, where Laxalt is now joining in. He's 78 rated. He will take over a position in the starting lineup. 5'10" tall left midfielder. Sadly, he is not a 4-star skiller though, and now we needed to upgrade our defense, and especially the goalkeeping position. Dragowski had to join in. 15 million spent on him, the biggest transfer so far, and this is just at the start of season number 3. 15 million spent on this guy, so he's joining in with 81 reflexes, 21 years old, 6'3" tall. Definitely one of the better talents out there in that goalkeeping position. In our third season, we came in the 14th position, so we didn't go back down once again. We remained in the Serie A, and it's good to see us remaining there, because I really want to continue the growth of the team and just keep going higher and higher in the league rankings. Now Laxalt is 80 rated. Petagna went up to 81, so he grew like +3 every season so far. Politano went up to 80. Good to see that as well. Mattiello now 80 rated. We have Caldara going up to 77. Dragowski is now 80 rated. De Sciglio on 81. Apart from that, Valozzi went up to 78. And at this point, it was time to bring in the free agents, and especially a really good one as well. You will see it in just a second. These three are just okay for the bench or the reserves, but the one that is coming up right now, Raul Balasha, he's getting 15k. If you spent 15k on wages on a free agent player, you know he is good. 78 rated when he joins our squad. I was so surprised that I did find such a talent on the free agents. Sadly, this never really happens to me when I do my career modes, but right here on the Sprint to Glory, we always tend to get some of these players. And now we are going for Locatelli from AC Milan for 8 million. He will be joining our squad. 21 years old, one of the better talents that will take their place in the starting 11 of this Sprint to Glory team. Locatelli comes in at a 77 rating, a really good all-rounder. Sadly, he does not have a face, and that is apparently something that really bothers a lot of people. For me personally, I really don't care if they have a face or not, but boys, now the biggest transfer had to happen. Paulo Dybala is coming in, 92 rated at the age of 26. That is just mad. And now I had to decide between Sensi or Jorginho, and I decided to go for Sensi because he's much younger than Jorginho, and also another player to join our squad, Sportiello, 27 years old by now, 85 rated. I thought, let's bring him in and then sell him on in the future, or use him in a swap deal to bring in better players for our squad. That's the reason why I brought him into our team. Hellas Verona now in our 4th season, I believe, coming in the 6th position. Quite happy with that. just about to get into the European League spot. So I'm really happy about that one. Petagna went up to 83. Good stuff right there. He's growing really consistently. And apart from him, we obviously have a couple of others who are growing nicely. Locatelli now on a 79. De Sciglio 82. Mattiello 83. Dragowski 82. But our centre-back position so far wasn't really that strong. And our centre midfield also wasn't really looking that strong. But now Dybala is coming in at a 92 rating. And I had to put him into the centre attacking midfield position because I had a player in my mind that I really wanted to play. Look at these stats. Oh my god. Dybala, you are just insane. Yes, we are bringing in Diawara. He's coming in at an 83 rating in the next season. This is a pre-contract deal. He has gotten a big upgrade now in this game. And also, when you play head-to-head, he has a big update on him. I believe he's like 82 rated or something. So, if you want to play with his team, go ahead and put him into your starting lineup. He definitely is a beast. Now, in our 5th season, we came in the first position. And let me tell you, this is one of the only times where we get into that first position. We got Dybala into the team. That made a big difference. But sadly, we really couldn't continue this form in the future until some point. But here you can see Locatelli now on 82. Dybala obviously the best player in this team. Petagna still on 84. Mattiello just keeps on growing. Caldara finally went up to 80. So an 80 rated centre back in our team. Dragowski dropped down onto the bench because Sportiello took over. And Diawara now is improving our midfield. He is 83 rated. This guy, definitely one of those players, once again, where I would recommend him. Just, guys, get him into your squad. He's so young at the start, just like Mattiello on the left-hand side. Even younger than him, I believe. And you will have so much fun with these players, seeing them grow to a higher rating. It's just so fun. Donnarumma, now finally we are getting him into our squad. We are giving away Sportiello. That was my original plan, to get Donnarumma into my squad, because earlier on I tried to buy him with a swap deal of Dragowski. Didn't really work out, but now with Sportiello, who was 85 rated, it did work out. And then for the striking position, the player I wanted to go for, it is Andrea Belotti. There's a lot of talk about this guy currently in the Serie A. He's scoring loads of goals, 86 rated for me right now, and he would be playing in front of Dybala, who is in that center attacking midfield position. So we have a great attack so far. Belotti, 5'11", 4-star weak foot, power header. That guy definitely is one of the players that I really want to use in the upcoming career mode, because I've never used him. I've never heard of this guy. This season is the first season where he really is blowing up, so let's get him into our squad as fast as possible. But after winning the league title and improving our squad massively, we dropped down into the 8th position, and that really didn't make any sense in my head. I really didn't understand why that happened, and our manager rating went down to 49, and I was actually worried because I believe that is the first time that I went down below 50. And Belotti now is 87 rated. Another reason to buy him in the future. All of these players, their form was going down, but Mattiello still went up to the 86 rating, Diawara to 84. So you can see a couple of these players, even though our team didn't do that well this season, they are still growing. Now for the centre-back position, we had to bring in someone to play alongside Caldara, and Bastos was the guy for that position, even though he was probably one of the oldest players to join our squad right now. 5'11" tall, also not that good for the centre-back position. I just brought him in to improve our stats in the starting lineup. Definitely really wouldn't recommend that guy for the centre-back position. But now, two beasts are coming in into the team on pre-contract, Penaranda and also Niang. So they are coming in on pre-contract, but I needed an immediate improvement. So Domenico Berardi was the player that I went for. 14 million spent on Berardi. Obviously, if you guys remember the Liverpool career mode, I really didn't enjoy him that much. I sent him over to his former club after just one season and brought back Mane, who in my opinion is a much better player than Berardi in this game, but I still had to bring him in to get that title once again. Now in this season, we won the cup. Let's see if we did win the league title. Hopefully we did. Oops, I forgot to show that. Yes, once again, I forgot to show that, boys. But later on, after this clip right here, you will see in which position we came in. I believe it it was the 6th position. So once again, no title for our team, just growth. And Mattiello now on an 87 rating. Again, I'm telling you, that is probably one of those guys that you need to bring into your team. I bought him at like a 71 rating, I believe. On the right hand side, you can see we actually came in the 7th position. And for one last time, my team gave me a chance to remain the manager of this club. Niang now coming in to replace the 80 rated Laxalt on that left hand side. One of the most overused players on Ultimate Team this year. A lot of people definitely love him to death. And now Penaranda, 86 rated beast, coming into the squad, looking really good. Can also play in the left midfield position. Really good physical stats on him. I just needed him as a backup for Belotti. Joao Mario, 88 rated, and Gabriel are now also joining us on pre-contract. And I gotta say, this must be one of the strongest teams I have created on any of my Sprint to Glories, because now the centre-back position is improving as well. 35 million spent on Daniele Rugani from Juventus, I believe, and he is now 87 rated. What a beast this guy is. 94 slide tackle, 91 stand tackle, only 29 years old. And man, we just needed to win all the trophies now. We won the cup. Let's see what we did. Supercoppa, we won that one as well. Did we win the league title though? Did we win it though? Yes, we did. For the 2nd time in this Sprint to Glory, we did win that title. And obviously we had to do that. I mean, come on. We have created the most powerful squad in Italy with all the best talents in the Italian leagues and also from the Italian nation. Belotti is doing his job in that striking position with Dybala behind him, and Locatelli is now 87 rated as well. So another player that you guys might want to get into your team. Someone I personally did not expect to go up to the 87 rating, just like Mattiello, but it's great to see stuff like that. Gabriel now coming in instead of Berardi on that right hand side. Yes, he's a striker, but he can also play right wing, so he's coming in on that side to replace Berardi, who is stuck at the 86 rating. So Gabriel is taking over, improving our squad, and for one last time, I spent big money. 35 million on Alessio Romagnoli, who's 29 years old at 86 rated. So if you take a look at the squad at the end of this season, you will see the best squad in Italy. Obviously, there was just no opponent for us. The right back position though, De Sciglio is now being replaced by Paul Lirola, 84 rated right back, the highest potential right back from Italy. Obviously he is not Italian, I believe, but still he is the biggest right back talent in the Italian league, and he's coming in and winning the cup straight away. We have won the Coppa Nazionale, but let's take a look if we did win the Champions League this season. No, we didn't. We lost against Chelsea in a semi-final. That was my ultimate goal. And apparently because we had to play in so many competitions, our team wasn't able to win the league title in the last season as well. But let me show you the squad report at this point. Obviously, we are a couple of seasons in, so a lot of players are going down in their stats already. That is quite upsetting, but you guys know what their highest ratings were. Donnarumma, 88 rated, only 26 years old. I mean, I cannot complain about him. And Lirola is definitely the best right back you can get in the Italian league. Rugani and Romagnoli are doing an amazing job in that centre-back position. Mattiello, the biggest surprise for me personally, together with Locatelli. Those two are definitely players that I want to get into my teams, but Belotti is the one that I definitely am going to be buying in my next career mode. Really looking forward to bring him into my squad. Or I could go for Penaranda because this guy has amazing stats on him. 86 rated at that point, and you can see loads of players going down on their stats because they are over the age of 30, but we bought them at their highest rating. You guys saw their ratings, you guys saw their stats on screen. So if I have to suggest a couple of players, I would definitely say bring in Locatelli into your team, buy Mattiello, get yourself Diawara, who is a great center defensive midfielder. If you're looking for someone who is doing the defensive work in your team, go get him. And obviously, the player up front, Belotti, is a new player that not everyone has used yet. So get him into your squad and use him. Thank you, assistant coaches, so much for watching this. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed this one. Subscribe if you haven't already. Take care and peace.